At Rancho Relaxo, we use a type of toilets called composting toilets or dry sawdust toilets. The purpose of these is to reduce the amount of water we consume and also the amount of electricity we consume. All of our water on this property comes from a well, which is 100 feet deep. So every time we use water, we have to use 240-volt electricity to pump that water out of our well. And then that water needs to get pumped again through our septic system using 120-volt electricity. So it's a lot of power consumption for water use. Switching to compost toilets saves us about 250,000 liters of water a year, which also saves us a whole bunch of electricity pumping that water. This is the toilet right here. As you can see, it has dry wood shavings in there instead of water, and after you go to the bathroom, you just take a small scoop of more dry wood shavings and sprinkle it on top so that everything's covered with about 2 centimeters of wood shavings. This way there won't be any smell, there won't be any flies, and you won't even know the toilets are here. When the toilet gets full, we just take this seat off, put a lid on the pail, and switch it out for another pail that's empty. And then about twice per month, we dump all of the pails into our compost pile. We built this system using 5-gallon pails as opposed to a large holding tank. There's some fancier systems you can buy, but the 5-gallon pail is definitely the cheapest way to go. It cost us about $60 to buy a set of pails, and we just made this toilet out of an old coffee table that we cut a hole in the top of the coffee table and put a seat on it. So lots of different ways you can make a cheap toilet, or even just an emergency toilet to go in your basement, and you have a bundle of wood shavings, a 5-gallon pail, and a seat, and it could sit there for 10 years, but if your power ever goes out in an emergency, you have a way to go to the bathroom. If you want to know more about dumping the pails, watch our other video where we take you through the whole process.
This is our outdoor bathrooms or public bathrooms. It's the compost toilets or dry toilet system. So the 5-gallon pails, sawdust in the bottom of them, and every time you go, you just make sure that there's no liquid showing and everything is covered with sawdust, and there'll be no smell, no flies, no issues whatsoever. And so this is our public bathrooms, which are nothing like a traditional outhouse because there is no smell or anything else. We also have a wash station that drains into a 5-gallon pail that we would then dump into our garden beds, or the lawn, and so we don't need any kind of plumbing.